children, welcome back. Today we will start with the lesson Be a Good Listener. Children, it is important to be a good listener. When the teacher says, listen to me, you often think, I need to hear what teacher is saying. But listening is much more than hearing. It means we have to open our minds as well as our ears. Children, there are a number of reasons why you have to be a good listener. It helps you to connect to the people around you. It helps you to understand your responsibilities. And it also helps in personal development. Children, let us read and find out what this lesson says about being a good listener. It is important to be a good listener. When you're learning a language or when you're dealing with other people, are you a good listener? You can find out with the help of the following questions. So children, in this passage, important means of great value. So, being a good listener is of great value, especially when you're learning a language or when you're dealing with other people. So, to identify or determine if you are a good listener, you can do it with the help of the following questions. The first question, 1. Look at the passage. When you are listening to someone, do you look at the person or do you turn your head away or toy with something else? Good listeners look at the speaker. So children, now the first question is, when someone is speaking, do you look at the person who is speaking or do you turn away and do something else? So the passage here says that good listeners look at the speaker, look at the person who is talking. Number 2. Do you pay attention to what the speaker is saying? Good listeners pay close attention to the speaker. So children, when someone is talking, do you pay attention to what the speaker is saying? So to be a good listener, you have to pay close attention to the speaker. Number 3. Do you make any special efforts to understand the speaker? So children, when someone is talking or speaking, do you do something extra so that you understand this person properly? Look at the passage. Here are some of the things that will help you understand the speaker better. If you hear some new or unfamiliar words, try to guess their meaning from the context. So children, here in this passage, they are giving you some pointers that you can use to understand the speaker better. So what are some of the efforts that you can do to understand? The word unfamiliar means not known to you. So here in this lesson they are telling you that there might be times when you hear some new or some words which are not known to you. So what do you do during those times? You try to guess what the person is trying to say by listening to the rest of the sentence or the rest of the things that the person is saying, and then you use it to understand the meaning of this new word. The next point is, you can try to guess what the speaker will say next. So children, when the speaker is speaking, you can try guessing what is the next thing that the person will say. Look at the passage, children. Look at the second point. Try to keep listening even when you feel that you do not understand the speaker or even when you disagree with the speaker. Wait for the speaker to finish what he is saying. Then you can get your doubts clarified by asking polite questions. So children, A number of times when your friends are talking or anyone is talking or speaking, there are times when you do not understand what your friend is saying. Okay? Or there might be times when you do not agree with what your friend is saying. So what do? You first of all do not disturb or disrupt the person who is speaking. Let the person finish whatever that person is saying. Okay? After the person is finished speaking, then if you have any doubts, there are things that you did not understand or you do not disagree with, you ask the person to clarify. Clarify means made clear. You ask the person to make it clear to what you have not understood. How can you ask this? You can ask this question politely. Okay, any doubts that you have, you can ask the person to make it clear by asking polite questions. Do not feel shy or afraid to ask questions if you do not understand what is being said. Put your questions to the speaker politely. Politely means behavior that is respectful and considerate of others. So children, lot of times it happens, especially in school, when teacher is explaining something or she is talking about something, and there might be times when you do not understand what she is saying. So what you need to do? You have to ask questions to the teacher. You should not be shy, you should not be scared to ask. Ask questions and get your doubts clarified. Okay? And you also have to pay attention that when you're asking these questions to the speaker, you have to be polite. Sometimes it helps to note down important words or points even as you listen. So the next point in the passage says that when someone is talking, okay, you can note down whatever important words or points that you think are important. So children, if the teacher is explaining something in school, and as she's explaining, you feel that some point that she's saying or some word that she's saying is important, so you write it down. Look at the third point which is given in the passage. Lastly, it also helps to keep thinking about what you heard. You may grasp the meaning of a difficult word or phrase later on. So the last point here says that after you have heard what the speaker is saying, okay, or children, after you have heard what the teacher is saying, sometimes what you do if you have not understood, you ignore it, you let it go. Okay, teacher has said the lesson is over, let it go. But it is not like that. Once you have heard something, you keep on thinking about it, and it is possible that as time goes on, if you keep thinking about it, you might understand the meaning of the word or the phrase that the teacher had used in school. Okay, the word grasp means to understood. Now on your screens you will see a picture. Okay, now in this picture a man is asking a girl to do something. Okay, what is he asking her to do? He's telling her, please bring me the vase that has pink roses. It's on the dining table. Okay, now this man is asking the girl to bring something, and he has described it to her. He has told her where this thing is. Okay, now the girl has to bring a vase that has pink roses, and it is kept on the dining table. Now even if the girl has not understood what vase means, she can try to understand what she has to get by thinking over the rest of the sentence. What does the rest of the sentence says? That it has pink roses and it's on the dining table. Okay, then she can try to guess what is the meaning of this word vase. So if on the other side of the picture you see there are three things given. First is a bed of roses, next is something that looks like a pot, and the next is a frog. So children, according to you, which is the vase? Which is the object which fits the description? Which has the pink roses and it is kept on the dining table? So a bed of roses, can it be kept on the dining table? No. But we do see pink roses. Yes. If you see the last picture, it is of a frog. Again it has pink roses, but it is not kept on the dining table. If you see the middle picture, it is a kind of a pot which has pink roses coming out, and can it be kept on the dining table? So children, according to you, which of these three objects should mean vase? It is the middle object. It is a kind of a pot. So the girl will take this vase and give it to the man. Okay. So children, with this we finish explanation for this lesson. Thank you for listening. Take care. Goodbye.